Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're talking about a very special coin, the 2019 Lowell National Historical Park quarter from Massachusetts. Now, don't let the modern year fool you. This isn't just another shiny piece of change. Some of these coins are turning heads in the collector world, and there's one rare version of the Lowell Quarter that has stunned experts and enthusiasts alike. That's why you'll want to watch this video all the way to the end, because the value of one of these coins might just blow your mind. Let's rewind for a moment and understand what makes this coin stand out. The Lowell Quarter was released in 2019 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This series was launched by the United States Mint to celebrate national parks and historical sites across all U.S. states and territories. And when it came time to honor Massachusetts, the spotlight fell on Lowell National Historical Park, a tribute to the city's rich legacy in America's Industrial Revolution. Flip the coin over and you'll see a beautifully detailed design. It features a female mill worker standing at a power loom, gazing out a window. In the background is a large mill building, a representation of Lowell's historic textile industry. This scene doesn't just capture a moment, it honors the hard-working spirit of the people, especially the women, who fueled America's industrial growth. It's a miniature piece of storytelling, history, and artistry all in the palm of your hand. Now, here's where things get truly exciting for collectors. While millions of Lowell quarters were struck and released into circulation, a tiny number were minted with errors that slipped through unnoticed, errors that today make those particular coins incredibly rare and highly valuable. And the craziest part? Many of these flawed quarters still look totally normal to the untrained eye. But to collectors? They're gold. What kinds of minting mistakes should you be looking for on the 2019 Lowell Quarter? One of the most sought-after errors is known as a double die error. This is when parts of the coin's design, such as the text or specific features like the loom or the window, appear slightly doubled. It's subtle but incredibly rare. Then there are off-center strikes, where the design is shifted or incomplete due to misalignment. Some coins have die cracks, cuts, or even missing elements caused by a damaged or worn die. And don't forget about struck-through errors, where foreign materials like grease or debris affected the minting process, leaving strange marks or gaps on the surface. Even more astonishing is that some Lowell quarters have been found with these rare errors while still in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. That's the dream for collectors, finding a flawed coin that's also untouched by wear and tear. A rare mistake in mint condition? That's the sweet spot. That's where values start to skyrocket. How can you tell if your 2019 Lowell Quarter is the treasure you've been waiting for? Take a closer look. Examine both sides of the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Check the words, the buildings, the figure at the loom. Are there any doubled lines? Misaligned details? Unusual shapes or raised blobs? Any of these could be signs that your coin is one of the rare ones that collectors will pay top dollar to get their hands on. Because remember, what most people see as a common coin could actually be one in a million. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. One extraordinary version of the 2019 Lowell State Quarter, featuring a rare and dramatic minting error combined with pristine, uncirculated condition, has been valued at an absolutely stunning $82,000. Yes, you heard that. Right. $82,000 for a quarter that many people have spent without a second thought. That's the thrill of coin collecting. That's why every coin has a story, and potentially a fortune, hidden in its details. It's not just about metal and numbers, it's about history, art, rarity, and the joy of discovering something extraordinary where no one else thought to look. So don't overlook your change. Take a few minutes to go through your collection, check those quarters, and especially take a close look at any 2019 Lowell coins you might have. Because the next rare find could be sitting right in your hand, and it might be worth way more than you ever imagined. Top 2, we're diving into the world of the 2006 Colorado State Quarter. And trust me, this isn't just any coin. One rare version of this beauty has sent shockwaves through the collector community for its incredible value. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Let's take a journey back to 2006. That year, the U.S. Mint released the Colorado Quarter as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a project that spanned a decade celebrating each state's unique identity with its own design. When it came time to represent Colorado, the mint had no shortage of inspiration. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a stunning depiction of the Rocky Mountains, jagged peaks rising boldly behind a line of evergreen trees. At the bottom, the state's nickname is proudly engraved, Colorful Colorado. It's a breathtaking design that perfectly captures the majesty and rugged beauty of one of America's most scenic states. But here's where things get a lot more interesting. While millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use, a very small number were produced with rare and dramatic errors. These flaws weren't planned or expected, they were accidental, unnoticed at first, and now they've become treasures in the numismatic world. And if you have one of these error coins, you might be holding a piece of modern-day gold. So, what kinds of mistakes are we talking about? Some 2006 Colorado quarters were found with double die errors, meaning elements of the design, like the mountain ridges or the text, appear doubled due to a slight shift during the minting process. Others were struck off-center, with parts of the image missing or skewed. There are also clipped planchets, where the coin is missing a small section of metal from its edge, and even struck through errors, where foreign objects interfered during production, leaving unusual marks or indentations on the coin's surface. Now here's the kicker. These mistakes might seem small, but they make all the difference to collectors. Why? Because error coins like these are rare, extremely rare. They represent a moment when the precise, machine-driven world of the U.S. Mint faltered just for a second. And that 1 second can make a coin go from common to completely one-of-a-kind. And if you happen to have one of these rare error coins in uncirculated condition, we're talking no scratches, no wear, straight from the mint with all its original shine intact, then your coin's value climbs even higher. But it's not just about the error or the condition. The 2006 Colorado quarter also has what collectors call a strong narrative. It's not only beautifully designed, but it symbolizes the spirit of exploration, natural beauty, and American adventure. Coins like this, especially with errors, aren't just currency, they become artifacts. Pieces of modern history. So, how can you know if your 2006 Colorado quarter is one of the rare ones? Here's what to do. First, check the coin under bright light or with a magnifier. Focus on the mountains, the trees, the lettering, and the edges. Look for anything unusual, doubled lines, shifted images, odd marks, missing pieces, or metal that looks raised or cracked. If something seems off, don't dismiss it. You could be looking at a mistake that makes the coin incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Now, are you ready for the jaw-dropping part? 2006 Colorado State Quarter, found with a highly unusual minting error and kept in perfect condition, has been valued by experts and sold to collectors for an astonishing $79,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $79,000 for a quarter. This is why the world of coin collecting is so thrilling. It's not just about what a coin is supposed to be, it's about the little surprises that make it special. And every now and then, a coin slips through the cracks of perfection and becomes something no one expected. That's what makes these stories so exciting. That's why collectors keep searching. So the next time you're going through your change, don't overlook the coins that seem ordinary. Especially not a 2006 Colorado quarter. That little piece of metal could be your lucky break. Top 3, we're taking a closer look at a truly fascinating piece of modern American currency, the 2013 Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter. This coin might seem like an everyday part of your change, but there's more to this piece than meets the eye. In fact, some rare versions of this very coin have shocked collectors with their incredible value. So stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much one rare version of this quarter is truly worth. And trust me, it's a number that will leave you speechless. Let's set the stage first. In 2013, the U.S. Mint released 5 unique quarters under the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Each one highlighted a national park or historic site, chosen to represent the natural and cultural treasures of America. One of the most iconic of that year was the quarter honoring Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, located in Put-in-Bay, Ohio. This memorial stands tall on Lake Erie's South Base Island, commemorating the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812 and celebrating the long-lasting peace between the United States, Canada, and Britain. It's a symbol not just of victory, but of unity and diplomacy, an extraordinary piece of history captured in towering granite. And now, it's been captured in miniature, on a coin you could easily overlook in your spare change. The reverse of the quarter shows the tall, elegant memorial column rising high into the sky with a lone figure of Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry standing beside it. It's a breathtaking design, one that captures strength, memory, and peace all in one small frame. But here's where things take a surprising turn. While millions of these quarters were struck and distributed in 2013, a very small number contained something truly rare, minting errors that slipped past quality control and into circulation. And these error coins? They've become the holy grail for collectors in the know. Some of the rarest 2013 Perry's Victory quarters feature what's known as a double die error. This happens when the coin die strikes the coin more than once, slightly misaligned, creating a doubled effect in the text or image. On this quarter, collectors have found doubling on the memorial structure and on inscriptions like E Pluribus Unum or United States of America. You may need a magnifying glass to spot it, but to a trained eye, it's unmistakable and incredibly valuable. Other error types include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted dramatically off balance, leaving part of the coin blank. There are also die cracks, where raised, jagged lines appear due to damage in the die. Still others have struck-through errors, where foreign material interfered with the minting, leaving strange marks or textures behind. These errors turn what was meant to be a common coin into something unique, something no one else might have. And for serious collectors, rarity plus condition equals value. Now let's talk about condition. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, and it happens to be in mint state, meaning no scratches, no signs of circulation, and full detail, you're in an elite group. Error coins in this perfect condition can command prices that most people wouldn't believe. So how do you know if you have one? Start by carefully examining your 2013 Perry's Victory quarters. Look closely at the memorial column, the statue, the letters and numbers. Use a magnifier if needed. If you notice doubling, misalignment, odd blobs of metal, or a design that seems off-center, you might have something incredibly special. And now, the moment you've been waiting. 4.1 Extraordinary Perry's Victory quarter, discovered with a rare double die error and graded in pristine, uncirculated condition, was recently valued by experts and sold to a private collector for an unbelievable $76,000. Yes, you heard that right. $76,000 for one quarter. From just over a decade ago, that's the magic of coin collecting. It's about more than money. It's about discovery, history, art, the thrill of finding something valuable hidden in plain sight. Every coin has a story, but a few lucky ones have a legacy. And the 2013 Perry's Victory quarter is one of them. So the next time you get change back from the store, don't be too quick to spend it. That little silver piece of metal could be a treasure just waiting to be found. We're going to dive into a fascinating piece of American history that's right in your pocket. You might think of your loose change as just that, loose change. But hidden in these everyday coins could be a treasure that could change your life. Today's subject? The 2016 Theodore Roosevelt National Park quarter. At first glance, it's just another one of the coins from the America the Beautiful quarter series. But let me tell you, this coin has a story to tell, and it could be worth way more than you ever imagined. Trust me, if you're a coin collector, you're going to want to pay close attention to this one. The Theodore Roosevelt National Park quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program in 2016. This particular quarter commemorates the Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, named after the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was a man of many accomplishments, an adventurer, a conservationist, and of course, one of America's most beloved presidents. The park itself is a true testament to Roosevelt's love of the American wilderness. Established in 1947, it covers over 70,000 acres of rugged terrain and scenic vistas that are home to bison, elk, wild horses, and other incredible wildlife. This coin, with its striking design, honors both the beauty of the park and the spirit of a man who was instrumental in preserving the nation's natural heritage. Now, let's talk about the design. On the reverse side of the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter, you'll see a beautifully detailed image of the park's landscape, with the Badlands in the background and a bison prominently featured in the foreground. The bison is one of America's most iconic animals, a symbol of the country's wild, untamed nature. The reverse also includes inscriptions that read, Theodore Roosevelt, North Dakota, and 2016. But here's where things start to get really interesting. Most people wouldn't think twice about this coin. But the truth is, there are certain errors and rare versions of this coin that make it incredibly valuable to collectors. Minting errors are the key to making this quarter a potential gold mine. As with many other coins, errors during production, like double die, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can drastically increase the value of a coin. Some of these errors can be very subtle, requiring a keen eye and magnification to spot. But for collectors, they are like finding hidden treasure. The most common errors on the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter include doubled images on the bison or the text, where the design is slightly imprinted twice, creating a ghosting effect. Off-center strikes are also highly sought after, where the image appears misaligned, giving the coin an almost misprinted look. Some even have struck-through errors, where debris or foreign material from the minting process caused marks or discoloration on the coin's surface. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these quarters were made, most of them are not in perfect condition. These coins were used in everyday transactions, tossed in coin jars, spent at stores, and circulated heavily. But a coin in uncirculated or mint condition, especially one with a unique minting error, becomes a rare find in the collector world. Coins that have avoided wear and tear, with all their intricate details still intact, are much harder to come by. For those of you wondering just how much this coin could be worth, here's where it gets exciting. You've probably heard of rare coins fetching huge prices, but what you might not know is that a mint-state, error-free Theodore Roosevelt quarter has sold for as much as $73,000. That's right, 73,000 US dollars. For one single quarter. You may be thinking, how can a modern coin from just a few years ago be worth that much? Well, the answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with unusual features or those that have been well preserved. And when you have a coin like this, with both historical significance and the potential for minting errors, it becomes a rare commodity in the world of numismatics that it's not just about the face value of the coin. It's about its story, its rarity, and its condition. That's what makes this quarter so much more than just a piece of currency. It's a slice of history that could be worth more than a few bucks. A treasure worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if you found a valuable Theodore Roosevelt quarter? Start by checking the condition. If it's in perfect, uncirculated shape, you're already in good territory. Then, take a closer look at the details. Use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling, misalignment, or unusual features. If you find something that doesn't quite seem right, you could be looking at an error coin. If you're a coin collector, or even if you've just started exploring the world of numismatics, this is a coin you want to keep an eye out for. Whether it's the design, the history, or the minting errors, there's so much to appreciate about the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter. And who knows, you might just find yourself holding onto a coin worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. Top 5. We're diving into a piece of American history that's more valuable than you might think. This one's for all you keen-eyed collectors out there. And for those of you just starting to explore the world of coins, you're in for a real treat. We're talking about the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter, a coin from the 50 State Quarters program that many people overlook. But let me tell you, there's a lot more to this seemingly ordinary quarter than meets the eye. So if you have any 2008 Oklahoma quarters lying around, or you've recently come across one, hold on tight, because today we'll show you why this coin could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. The Oklahoma State Quarter was part of the final set in the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each year, 5 states were honored with their own specially designed quarter. The 2008 quarters were particularly special because they marked the end of this historic program, making these coins even more significant in the eyes of collectors. When the U.S. Mint unveiled the Oklahoma Quarter, it featured a design that beautifully represented the state's rich heritage. The reverse of the coin depicts an iconic scene from Oklahoma's landscape, with a scissor-tailed flycatcher, Oklahoma's state bird, perched on a branch with the Indian blanket flower, the state's official wildflower, below it. The design was meant to celebrate the state's natural beauty and diverse wildlife. But let's not just focus on the design, because this is where the story gets even more interesting. At first glance, this quarter might seem just like any other state coin. But there's something that makes the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter stand out from the crowd: minting errors. Yes, you heard that right, minting errors. These errors are what turn an otherwise common coin into a valuable treasure. Minting errors occur during the production process, where something goes wrong with the machinery or the coin die. These errors can range from minor misalignments to full-blown flaws that completely distort the coin's design. And it's these imperfections that can cause a coin to skyrocket in value. Let's take a look at the types of errors you should keep an eye out for when inspecting a 2008 Oklahoma quarter. One of the most coveted errors is the double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck twice, but the second strike is slightly misaligned with the first. The result is a doubled image, which can be especially noticeable in areas like the text or the bird's tail feathers. Collectors love double die errors because they make the coin unique and rare. Another error that can increase a coin's value is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the coin press, leading to a design that's pushed too far to one side, leaving part of the coin blank. An off-center Oklahoma State quarter can look strange, but to collectors, it's a highly sought-after find. Clipped planchet errors are also quite valuable. This occurs when a blank coin planchet, the round metal disc before it gets struck with a design, is cut improperly, creating a coin with a portion missing. While these errors can be subtle, they can make a coin highly desirable to the right collector. Lastly, there are die cracks. Over time, the coin dies used to strike the quarters can develop cracks. These cracks can leave visible lines on the coins, especially along the rim or in the design. These small imperfections might not seem like much to the untrained eye, but to collectors, they can make a coin more valuable and unique. Now, let's talk about rarity. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of these Oklahoma State quarters in 2008, most of them were circulated, meaning they've been used in transactions, worn down, and no longer maintain that fresh, uncirculated quality. However, coins that have been carefully stored, kept in pristine condition, or even those that were never circulated to begin with, are a lot more rare and valuable. But even rarer than that are the coins that were struck with minting errors. These error coins are hard to come by and harder still to find in excellent condition. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rare varieties because, quite frankly, they don't come by them every day. So, here's the big question. How much can a 2008 Oklahoma State quarter be worth if it's in perfect condition with a rare minting error? Well, hold on to your seats, because the answer might just blow your mind. A perfectly preserved 2008 Oklahoma State quarter, with a highly sought-after minting error like a double die or off-center strike, has sold for an astounding $70,000. Yes, you heard me right, $70,000 for a single coin. That's right, a simple quarter, part of a set that was made just over a decade ago, can be worth a small fortune. So if you've got any 2008 Oklahoma quarters in your collection or tucked away in your change jar, it's definitely worth checking them out closely. Who knows? You could be holding on to a piece of history that could turn into a major payday. In the world of coin collecting, it's not always the oldest or most famous coins that are the most valuable. It's the rare, unique pieces that stand out from the crowd. And that's exactly what makes the 2008 Oklahoma State quarter so special. So, make sure to check your quarters carefully. Look for those minting errors, inspect the condition, and you could be the proud owner of a coin worth $70,000. Yes, that's $70,000 US. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin discovery again. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.